Ninth grade English for Starters book. This record covers the first lesson from the first unit of Module 1. This record is presented by Light Initiative and voiced by Zeynep Shaahin. The title of Module 1 is Stories. The title of the first unit is Past and Present. The first lesson, The Buried City, Episode 1. New Friends. Tarek couldn't sleep. He listened to the sounds from the street. He smelled the flowers from the garden, and he felt the warm air in his room. Everything was familiar. He was living again in the house where he was born, but it was also very different from his old home in Canada. Then he thought again about the next morning at his new school. Was he excited or nervous? He didn't know. He was thinking about his new school when he finally fell asleep. The next day, Tarek was studying a book in the school library when somebody spoke to him. Hussein? Hello, I'm Hussein. I think we're in the same class. Tarek? Oh, hello. My name's Tarek. Hussein? What are you reading? Tarek? It's a book about Busra. I'm reading lots of books about ancient history at the moment. I love it. Hussein? I quite like it, but I prefer science. Where was your old school? Tarek? I went to a school in Canada. My dad's a university professor, and he taught Arabic literature in Montreal. Hussein, how long did you live there? Tarek, for 6 years. Hussein, that was a long time. Have you got any brothers and sisters? Tarek, I've got one sister, that's all. Hussein, me too. Is she older than you? Tarek, no, Selwa's only 11. What about you? Hussein, Nadia's 14. She loves writing. Tarek and Hussein soon became good friends. They always had lots to talk about. One day, Hussein told Nadia about Tarek's life in Canada. She wrote articles for her school internet magazine, and she was always looking for new stories. Nadia, that's a really interesting story, Hussein. Hussein, why don't you write an article about Tarek and his life in Canada? Nadia, that's a great idea. Hussein, I'll see him tomorrow, and he can give me more information. Vocabularies to remember. Feelings. Excited, nervous, angry, embarrassed, scared, worried, upset, impressed. Exercise number 1. Choose a feeling for each situation. 1. Lubna loses her school book. 2. Omar's little brother breaks his computer game. 3. Fahad hears a noise in the middle of the night. 4. Hind is just about to do an exam. 5. Rashid's friend does a very good project. 6. Siham's grandmother is in hospital. 7. Mariam forgets the answer to an easy question. 8. Isa wins a prize. Comprehension section. Exercise number 3. Listen and read section 1 of the story. Answer these questions. Number 1. What country did Tarek live in before? Number 2. What were his feelings before he fell asleep? Exercise number 4. Listen and read sections 2 and 3 of the story. Answer these questions. Number 1. What did Tarek's father do in Canada? Number 2. How long did they live in Canada? Number 3. What do Tariq and Hussein have in common? Number 4. How old are the sisters? Number 5. What impressed Hussein and Nadia? Number 6. What did Hussein ask Nadia? Number 7. What more details about Canada might Tariq give to Hussein? Grammar in context section. Present and past. Exercise number 5. Read the whole story again and answer these questions in full sentences. The first one is answered. What did Tariq listen to? The answer is, he listened to the sounds from the street. Number 2. What did he smell? Number 3. What was he thinking about when he fell asleep? Number 4. What was Tariq reading when Hussein spoke to him? Number 5. Where did Tariq go to school? Number 6. What did Nadia decide to write? Number 7. Do you think that writing about Tariq and his life in Canada would be an interesting topic, and why? Exercise number 6. Talking about your life. Work in pairs. Ask and answer questions like this. Where were you born? Where do you live? Where did you go to school before this school? What do you do in your free time? What sort of books are you reading at the moment? What were you doing at 7 o'clock yesterday? Now let's move to the same lesson in the activity book. Language practice. Help box. We use the present simple to talk about routines and habits. For example, they always go skiing in winter. We use the past simple to talk about finished events in the past. For example, he moved to Canada when he was 5. We use the present continuous, past continuous, to talk about something that is or was in progress at the time of speaking. For example, I'm studying for my exams this week. Another example, the last time I heard from her, she was working in Damascus. Exercise number 1. Match the people with the sentences, then write the word that describes each person. Before I start reading these sentences, let me give you an explanation for each picture. Picture number A. We have a boy who studies for his exam, but he doesn't look comfortable. Picture number B. We have a boy who is afraid of a spider. Picture number C. We have a man who falls into a box of fruit. Picture number D. We have a boy who loses his football. Picture number E. We have a girl who sings. Picture number F. We have a boy who plays basketball. Picture number G. We have 2 men. One of them speaks to the other, but he doesn't look happy. Number 1. Yesterday, while I was shopping in the market, I fell into a box of fruit. I felt so embarrassed. The right picture is number C. Number 2. I'm really space about the basketball match tomorrow. Number 3. You look really space, Ali. Have you heard bad news? Yes, my uncle is in hospital. Number 4. I'm so space with my brother. He took my new football to the park yesterday, and now he's lost it. Number 5. I am space about the test tomorrow. I studied hard, but I still don't think I know everything. Number 6. Are you space of spiders? I am too. Number 7. You sing beautifully, Nadia. I am space. The answers are number 2, excited. The right picture is F. Number 3, upset. The right picture is G. Number 4, angry. The right picture is D. Number 5, worried or nervous. The right picture is A. Number 6, afraid. The right picture is B. Number 7, impressed. The right picture is E. Exercise number 2. While the dialogues in full, use the present simple or the present continuous. Number 1. A. What you study in history this year. B. We learn about ancient Greece. Number 2. A. What you do at the weekend. B. I play volleyball every Saturday. Number 3. A. I think about starting a reading club. B. That's a good idea. I read a good book at the moment. The right answers are number 1. What are you studying in history this year? We are learning about ancient Greece. Number 2. What do you do at the weekend? I play volleyball every Saturday. Number 3. I'm thinking about starting a reading club. That's a good idea. I'm reading a good book at the moment. Exercise number 3. Complete the sentences. Use the past simple and past continuous. Number 1. Nasser was riding his bike when he fell off. The verbs are ride and fall, and it is answered. Number 2. I space for the bus when it space to rain. The verbs are wait and start. Number 3. I space about my English homework when I space an idea for a story. The verbs are think and have. Number 4. I space in bed when I space a noise downstairs. The verbs are lie, L-I-E, and hear. Number 5. I space dinner when the phone space. The verbs are have and ring. The right answers are number 2, was waiting, started. Number 3, was thinking, had. Number 4, was lying, L-Y-I-N-G, and heard. Number 5, was having and rang. Exercise number 4. Complete the postcard. Circle the correct verbs. Dear Abdullah, I enjoy or am enjoying my holiday in London. We visit or are visiting all the famous places. Yesterday, we went or were going to Covent Garden Market. Here, you always see or are seeing lots of interesting actors. One man wore or was wearing silver clothes. He stood or was standing so still. I thought or was thinking he was a statue. I walked or was walking away when suddenly he put or was putting his hand on my shoulder. I screamed or was screaming. Then I saw or was seeing everyone laughing. I felt or was feeling so embarrassed. See you soon, Hussein. The right answers are visiting, went, see, was wearing, was standing, thought, was walking, but, screamed, saw, felt. Exercise number 5. Complete the text with used to or didn't use to and one of these verbs. The verbs are not drive, live, play, ride, walk, not watch. When my grandfather was a boy, he used to live in a village high up in the mountains. They space TV. At night, they space games or weed. They space cars. They space horses into town to do the shopping. My grandfather space a long way to school every day. The right answers are didn't use to watch, used to play, didn't use to drive, used to ride, used to walk. Exercise number 6. Decide if the sentences are correct or incorrect, then correct the wrong ones. Number 1. I used to live on a farm in the countryside. It is incorrect. The right answer is I used to live. Number 2. My best friend used to live on the farm too. Number 3. Our fathers used to work together. Number 4. We didn't used to like working on the farm. Number 5. We used to spend hours by the river, swimming and fishing. Number 6. Our mothers used to get very angry with us because our clothes were always dirty. Number 7. We didn't used to have a TV, so we listened to the radio or read. The right answers are number 2, it is correct. Number 3, it is incorrect. The right answer is used to. Number 4, it is incorrect. The right answer is didn't use to. Number 5, it is incorrect. The right answer is used to. Number 6, it is correct. Number 7, it is incorrect. The right answer is didn't use to. Help box. We use used to or didn't use to plus infinitive to talk about states or repeated actions in the past. For example, I used to want to be a doctor, but now I want to be a teacher. We used to go on holiday every summer. We use would plus infinitive to talk about repeated habits in the past, not states. For example, every afternoon, my friends and I would talk for hours on the phone. Another example, after dinner, grandfather would sit and tell us all stories from long ago. Exercise number 7. Circle the correct verb. Sometimes both are correct. Number 1. I didn't always used to or would live in Canada, you know. Number 2. I used to or would live in Syria when I was a child. Number 3. When I moved to Canada, I used to or would miss the sunny weather. Number 4. It used to or would be very cold in the winter. It snowed nearly every day. Number 5. My sisters and I used to or would dress up warmly and play in the snow. Number 6. But I used to, or would, love the Canadian summers. Number 7. We used to, or would, live very near Lake Louise. Number 8. We used to, or would, go there every weekend and swim, fish, or sail. The right answers are number 1. Used to. Number 2. Used to. Number 3. Used to. Number 4. Used to. Number 5. Used to or would. Both are correct. Number 6. Used to. Number 7. Used to. Number 8. Used to or would. Both are correct. Exercise number 8. Over to you. Think about how different life was for your grandparents. Write some sentences about it in your notebook. The end of the lesson and the end of the record. Wish you all the best.